some holiday cooking. Today we're gonna be making some recipes from the Disney Holiday Cookbook. Not only are we making recipes from this cookbook, but my toddler will be choosing the recipes. Are you ready? Are you frozen?
Birth to Leo.
Oh, we play the freezing game sometimes. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, freeze. So Leo here is gonna help me decide what we're gonna eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a side.
I want some ice cream.
Oh, of course you want ice cream. We've already decided because we have to gather the ingredients. So let's show them what we chose, okay?
Who's your favorite Disney character?
Gorilla DeVille.
Gorilla DeVille! This is the first time I've ever heard that. What happened to poor Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah, what happened to Buzz?
I like Buzz too. Fiona.
Yeah, you still like Buzz, but you like Gorilla DeVille? Ooh.
I'm on the side.
You're on a dark side. Okay, well, mommy's gonna do all the hard work and you get to come help me do the fun decorating stuff. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you in a little bit. For breakfast, we're gonna be making Ariel's puff pastry stars with a little bit of a twist. Instead of stars, we're gonna do hearts because I did not have a star cookie cutter. We only got hearts. Also, instead of strawberries, since they're out of season, we're gonna be using blueberries. For ingredients, we'll need 1 1/4 cup of blueberries, 1/4 cup plus 1 teaspoon of granulated sugar, 4 ounces of softened cream cheese, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 large eggs, a 17-ounce package of puff pastry. First things first, heat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we have to add our sugar to our fruit. I'm gonna use this grape cutter to cut them into quarters so it's not entirely mushy. All right, got them all nice and halved, and then we're just gonna pour our sugar over it. Honestly, adding sugar to any fruit is gonna be delicious. Next, we're gonna mix up our cream cheese, vanilla, 1 egg, and sugar, and then we set that aside. We're gonna roll out our thawed pastry dough. I'm gonna roll it a little bit thinner so we can maximize. Then we get our hearts. I wish I had stars. I actually ordered one, but it's not coming for a while. So hearts it is. And then we're gonna transfer these to our baking sheet that has parchment paper. Okay, now we're supposed to grab a paring knife and score them. Since it's not a star shape, I'm just gonna make a triangle in between. If you're doing a star, it would be for each star. So when we do it, be careful not to cut all the way through. Just a little line so that the pastry can rise up more along the edges, and we have a place to put our filling. One thing I will say is that the book didn't mention to have the egg at room temperature, so that kind of made my cream cheese not so creamy. So use a room temperature egg. It looks a little clumpy, but that's just because it was reintroduced to the cold egg. But it's all good. It's gonna melt in the oven. So we're gonna put a heaping spoon of that, and then also a scoop of our very sugary blueberry mixture that I'm sure Leo is gonna love. And then finally, we're gonna grab our last egg, mix it, and brush it on the edges. Just a little bit of an egg wash so it can have a nice, crispy, toasty look and crunch. All right, we're ready to put them in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes. Here is how they came out. I'm really surprised at how cute these still look. Since they're not stars, I want to come up with a little new name for them, so I think we can call these heart puffs. Blueberry heart puffs. The whole house smells delicious. Let's see how they taste with Leo. All right, are you ready to try one? Okay, we have to cheers first. Cheers.
I want to eat that on the table.
These are yummy.
I want to eat that on the table.
You get the filling in the middle. That's tasty. I can eat a whole plate of these. What you think?
Yum.
Pretty good, I will say, and they're easy to make. I like this one. I approve this recipe. For lunch, we got a ham musubi inspired by Lilo and Stitch. For our ingredients, we'll need 1 cup of uncooked sushi rice, a tablespoon of toasted sesame seeds, 3 sheets of nori seaweed, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of dark brown sugar, 1 garlic clove, 1 12-ounce package of canned ham, and a tablespoon of vegetable oil. So I'm gonna be substituting a couple of these ingredients. Instead of canned ham, we're using fresh deli ham, and instead of vegetable oil, I'll be using avocado oil. Just a little bit healthier choices. So according to my sushi rice, I need to rinse it in water. Okay, it's rinsed and into my pot it goes. And I'm also gonna add a tablespoon of butter and add my 1.5 cup of water. So we'll bring the rice to a boil, let it cook for 20 minutes with the lid on, and then it'll be ready. Okay, so now we're gonna prep our seaweed, which I've never done before. It's a first time for me. And we're gonna cut it into 3 even strips. This one looks like it has like a little line for me. I'm gonna just stick with the perforated line. I'm really glad it has these lines as a guide. So next up, we're gonna create like a marinade for the ham. So I'm using a baking dish, and we're gonna mix our amino acids, our brown sugar, and our grated garlic. And then we're just gonna whisk it. You know, it feels very whiskey right now to be whisking this in all white. I need a holiday apron. Okay, since we're using our deli ham, we're gonna slice it this way so we could have nice thick pieces. And then we're gonna slice this into little rectangles. And we're not wasting any ham. We're gonna use this later for some ham and eggs. No wasting in this house. I'm gonna let these marinate while I'm cutting the other piece. Okay, ham is cut. We got some in the marinade and we're ready to cook it. I put my oil on a skillet. So we're heating a little skillet here, and we're gonna cook each side of the ham for about 3 minutes. Okay, so we're ready to construct. The actual book said to use the can of the ham, but I didn't use a can, so I found the perfect little, this is a little Ami snack container. And we put some wrap over, leaving it hanging, and then we're gonna put some rice in. Also forgot to mention I added the sesame seeds into the rice. So we're gonna put some rice. I need to get myself a little holiday spoon, still using my Halloween ones. Place our cooked ham in there, and then you take it out. And then we're just gonna roll it. Oh my gosh, that looks adorable. I might have put too much rice. Okay, attempt number 2. I think I need less rice, and I really gotta push it to the bottom. Cute, that one looks better. I wrapped it upside down again. Here they are. After much practice, we started to get the hang of it. So they're looking much better. I think I needed to cut the ham slices a little bit bigger. I don't know what I was thinking making them this small, but they're bite size for Leo. Okay, so now for the taste test. Leo! Lunchtime! This is gonna be so yummy. It's gonna make you wanna say milikiliki maka.
What did that mean?
It means Merry Christmas in another language, in Hawaii, because that's where this comes from. Lilo and Stitch. You ready to try it?
Mm-hmm.
Cheers. Cheers. Okay, gotta take a big bite. Mmm. A little messy. Whoa, here. What do you think of that?
Good.
It's good, huh? A little messy, but it's so yummy. I think he likes it.
I need more.
You want more? Should we go eat this at the table? All right, let's do it. It's dinner time, and Leo chose the To Infinity and Beyond meatloaf.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf!
So for the sauce, it's super simple, just combining ketchup with Worcestershire. So for the sauce, it's really simple. We're just gonna combine ketchup and Worcestershire. I can't say it. Worcestershire.
It's so hard to say with these things on.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. That's a weird word, okay? Worcestershire.
Yeah.
Worcestershire. So it's 1/4 cup of ketchup and 4 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Then for the meatloaf, we're gonna preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then I got my baking sheet lined with some aluminum foil, and we're just gonna spray it with some cooking spray so it's all ready. Now for the meatloaf, we're gonna combine a bunch of ingredients. We got 1/4 cup of ketchup, half a small onion minced, 1 teaspoon of olive oil, 1 pound of ground turkey or beef, half a cup of breadcrumbs, 1 egg, half a teaspoon oregano, half a teaspoon of basil, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon pepper, half of a small zucchini grated, and half of a carrot grated. The veggies are optional, but we want to optimize veggie intake for this picky eater. For the grating, I feel like try to use kitchen tools if you got them. I've been loving this little guy. Another tool that I really like using is a chopper for my onions. I cannot stand cutting onions. It literally burns my eyes. So this guy, you just place your little onion right here and couple taps and you're done. I also have to do a really good job at cutting this because he doesn't like anything that's green. He will take it out. All right, time to add the meatloaf. I always like wearing gloves now whenever handling meat. I've decided, especially because I have long nails, and the thought of it getting stuck under my nails just...
That's a no.
And then we just mix it all together. Now that we have our pan ready, we're gonna bring it over and we're gonna mold the little rocket shapes with our hands. The last ones are definitely gonna be like really small. I think I got a technique. You push it down, make it into like a little egg, and then you go in for the little rocket detail down here. Yeah, the little tuck. Okay, here's how our rockets came out. Hubby attempted one. They're not easy. But now we gotta bake them for, I think it's 40 to 50 minutes. So I thought this dinner deserved a side. So this is Mama's choice. And we are going to be making Wreck-It Ralph smashed potatoes, because shout out to that one time I was in Ralph Breaks the Internet. I'll never forget the day I was turned into a Disney princess. But these ones are really simple to make. You literally just boil the potatoes, you mash them, and you bake them. A little bit of carbs for dinner, good for sleepy time. Halfway through the oven and I realized I forgot to put the breadcrumbs. So they didn't really hold without that. I can't disappoint Leo and give this to him. He wanted Buzz Lightyear rocket meatloaf. So of course I had to make another one. We figured out the measurements to make 2 of them, and look how much better these look with the breadcrumbs. That made such a huge difference. All that's left to do is to get our sauce, put a few dots for the rocket and then a little fire sign. So that will be when we're plating it. I think we should prep our mashed potatoes. All right, I boiled the potatoes earlier. We're ready to get dinner started. So now we just gotta mash them. Lined a baking sheet with aluminum foil, sprayed it with oil, and then we get a glass and we're just gonna smash them down like Wreck-It Ralph. Smash! Cupcake smash! This would be pretty easy for your little one to help you. So then we just drizzle with olive oil. Hubby had a good idea just to brush some of the oil puddles onto the potatoes. Now we just season with some salt and some pepper. And then we cook it at a pretty high temperature, 450, for about 20 minutes. Leo, dinner's ready.
I never seen it before.
What does Buzz Lightyear say?
To infinity and beyond.
Very good. It's called To Infinity and Beyond Meatloaf. So are you ready to try it? Here's your fork. Mommy's gonna sample it with you too. Okay, I'll eat the other. That's pretty good meatloaf.
I want more.
You want more meatloaf?
Mm.
I'm gonna try the potato, okay? Crunchy. That's pretty tasty too. Do you approve?
That I like it too.
You ready to go eat some dinner?
Yeah.
All right. It's time for our snack, and Leo chose frozen banana Dalmatian pops. These ones are really easy to do. It just requires a little bit of time in the freezer. So we're going to chop our bananas and freeze them for 3 hours in the freezer. So a little bit of prep work for this one. So I got a fresh bunch of bananas here, and we're just gonna chop them in half. Put them in the freezer. The bananas are frozen. So the recipe calls for popsicle sticks, but I only have these reusable ones. So we're just gonna stick these guys in. But first, we're gonna melt our chocolate. I'm gonna just use some white chocolate chips. So I'm gonna microwave this a couple times in 30-second increments, making sure to mix it in between. And once it's melted, we're gonna add some coconut oil. This was supposed to be easy. You would do this before you freeze them, right?
Yeah.
Why did the instructions say? No, I read it wrong.
Oh!
I read it wrong.
Oh.
Again. I am 0-2 for this recipe. Okay, the proper way of doing this. You gotta put the sticks in before you freeze them. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's so much easier. It's still breaking. I'm not gonna put it in all the way. Back to the freezer. Round 2 with Leo to help me. We got some frozen bananas.
Frozen.
Some melted white chocolate.
Can I try the chocolate?
And then we also have these mini chocolate chips.
Can I try one?
Yeah, you could try one. Chocolatey. I'm gonna need your help, okay? I'm gonna dip these in the white chocolate and you are gonna have to add the spots onto the bananas to make it look like a Dalmatian. I'm gonna get the whole thing covered. This one's dipped, see? Whoa. Put the spots on. Very good. You don't need to press it down that hard. You just place them on very gently. See, I kind of have to tilt it like this to get all sides of the chocolate. I mean, all sides of the banana. Okay, drop them on, drop them on, drop them on. Wow, I can't believe how fast this dries. We didn't do too bad.
No.
The chocolate dries really fast. You gotta work fast on Leo.
Okay.
Are you ready to try it? Cheers. I can't bite it. My teeth are sensitive. Mmm. Leo, did you get the banana?
No.
Can you bite it with your back teeth like this?
I can't. I can't. I can't.
That's messy.
What's chocolate just? Come on, Leo's eating it.
You're eating my part. That's the good part. You have your own. Hey, give it.
You can eat it.
Thank you.
That's it for me.
I mean, it's a frozen banana. What more can I say? Easy to make in theory. Not as easy to eat.
Yummy frozen banana.
You like it?
I like it.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy this.
Okay, go enjoy it, but you gotta eat it over a plate.